What's up, YouTube? Back by Gaming Zero with you, another video about Warframe. Today's video is very special because it's about a weapon came with the engines of Zeriman, but not everyone trying to build it. I don't understand why. I know some friends of mine in the game, they saying, Hank, I have the Aeolak, but I don't want to build it. I'm focusing my forma in his part, I'm focusing my forma in the Alternox, and so on and so on and so on. And I don't blame you guys. It is not top class weapon, but it is nice. It is good. I mean, it's a new weapon, and it deserves to take a chance. That's why Hunkpain got your back. So guys, we're gonna give a build for this weapon that maybe will change your mind, and you will consider building this weapon, because the goal for this channel is to build every single weapon with its all styles and every single fashion frame in all styles and some decoration and so on and so on. Okay, advertising the channel, but oh my goodness, this guy. So this weapon have two fire mods, and this weapon does primary puncture damage. I know, another reason not to like the weapon, because everyone loves slash. I know. So the primary is just bullets, nice fire rate, and so on. The secondary fire is like blast, but the good part about blast in this weapon, you can hold it and decide when to release. The explode have 7-meter radius. This explosion can benefit from firestorm and primary firestorm, but it cannot benefit from the amalgam Thrax body count, so don't consider using the amalgam Thrax. It have very nice advantages like high status chance, above average crit, as well. Nice. I love the ammo in this weapon. The disadvantages of this weapon, it has like low RIven disposition, which makes the RIven for it super expensive, plus more like for example it have let's explain myself. It's expensive because low RIven disposition, right? And it's more expensive because it's a new weapon. That's how it works. Okay, it have a bit like low effective fire rate and low damage, which makes it another reason people doesn't build it. But Hank got you, so we're going to build it, and promise you, you're not gonna regret it. Okay, where to get the parts? The stock you get from Void Fluid Rotation C, the blueprint from Zariman Bounty level 110, 115, which is the last one. 6% drop chance. The barrel you get it from Void Cascade Rotation C, and receiver blueprint you get it from Void Fluid Rotation C. All of them 10%, except the blueprint 6%. Okay, remember, you will need to craft the parts, the stock and the stock and the barrel and the receiver before building the weapon in your foundry. So it will take you 12 hours to craft the parts and another 24 hours to craft the rest, which is around 36 hours, which is a lot. I hope one day they reduce the time of a craft. Okay, so guys, enough talking. I introduced you enough the weapons. Okay, so this is the fire like normal, any other weapon. Okay, all right. So the second part is this one. Look at this, guys. You can decide when to release. The moment you release, kaboom. Look at that. And it has self stagger. You see that? So be careful. It's like Brahma and Zar and everything. Look at this. You can just click. By the way, the charge doesn't get affected with fire rate. I thought it does, but it doesn't, guys. So be careful with that. So don't think that fire rate will affect it. It is already so fast, and you can just like tap it, you know. It is super fast. So don't worry about that. Okay, so the reason we're using Legatus in this test is so we don't boost the weapon in any way. We're not using Helmnith, just the weapon, the mods and the arcanes. No Rivens as well, so keep that in mind. Okay, so we're gonna test the weapon in level 175 heavy corrupted gunners. This is considered the most powerful badass mobs to test things on at the moment, the realistic ones. Okay, so here we go. This is the normal fire. Look at this. As you know, we're using a galvanized mode, so we need to kill one guy. So the real deal starts. Okay, here we go. Kaboom. As you can see, there is a lot of slash in there. There is puncture. There is corrosive. There is impact. Okay. We have our baby Panzer Verpafila proccing for us the viral. There you go. So you don't need to make this build for viral. Look at this. And now the weapon start to destroy. It is at maximum potential right now. Look at this. I'm trying to kill them one by one so you get a hold of how powerful this weapon is. And you stop underestimating this weapon. One of my friends said, Hank, it is a garbage weapon. Don't. Okay, but no. Okay, that's the first one. Now I'm gonna show you the explosive damage. There you go. Now remember, the explosive damage will take 10 bullets from your magazine. As you can see, it destroyed these enemies. They deleted them like Alta for these enemies. Okay, so because there is Thanos going to say, oh my goodness, this guy trying things in similar com, applying stealth damage, I don't know what. That's why we're going to Steel Path. So seeing is believing. To test the weapon in Steel Path. To the new players that doesn't know what the heck is Steel Path is, Steel Path, my friend, is after you finish all the nodes in your star chart, mean each planet you finish all the missions on it, you go to any relay, press escape, fast travel Tishin, and go to speak to him. He's gonna unlock for you this Steel Path right here. Okay, why Steel Path is powerful and we test weapons there and so on? Because, my friend, enemy level is gonna be plus 100, which means enemies that level 10 gonna be 110. Health and shield and armor gonna be 250%. In return of that, why we farm in Steel Path, because resource drop chance is 100% and the mod drop chance 100%. Okay, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to the Void, which is the end game for Warframe. What I mean with end game, it's what possible now as an end game, as Warframe weapons and frames are so powerful. Like way powerful than the mobs and so on. That's why there is no really end game in this game, except the fashion frames and dojo decoration and orbiter decoration, because it's a lot of platinum and RIven collection and so on. So the end game of Warframe is collecting a lot of platinum and boosting yourself to look good and different from other Thanos. Now remember, this weapon, as good it is, I survived with it 1 hour and 5 minutes in Steel Path, and it didn't show any issue or any problem. But I would highly recommend, highly recommend always taking another weapon in case if you're going to like survival for the life support. Okay, there you go. Look at this. Now we're gonna be using the secondary fire as we're trying to clear, as this is a life support matter. We're not in disruption mission. We running keys around as long as we want. This is not it. Okay, watch this, guys. I told you this weapon is a badass. You just need to know how to build the weapons, guys, and you're ready to go. If you ask me, Hank, I mean, guys, I need to keep talking to you, right? To keep you attached while we're doing this. I would edit the video and make it like speed run this, but no, guys, I want to sit here, talk with you, maybe I give you advice and so on. Alright, so how to build weapons in Warframe? The way I build weapons is very simple. Part of it is an experience, not experience like you remember when we was kids, like when your grandfather tell you, when we was kids we study on candles, you know. No, not that type of experience. No, my friend, what I'm talking about experience is, hold on, let's get rid of this. Experience is an understanding of the available mods in Warframe. So when you sit down and think what mods you're gonna put, you know what is the available mods in Warframe. That's the experience I'm talking about. So just sit, read all the like, I know this sounds stupid, but just sit and read like all the mods. Try to memorize as much you can. As you can see, guys, it did 350,000 crit and 100,000, as you can see there. This weapon is so powerful, guys, and I highly recommend it. 9 out of 10, no joking. So back to our topic. So after you understand what is the mods and the possibility of mods in Warframe, the next thing you do, for example, you want to build Aeolak, this Aeolak, this weapon, alright? First thing you do is you type Aeolak wiki, Warframe wiki. You go to Warframe wiki and you understand what is the weapon, how it functions, what mods works for it, what it doesn't, what is the advantages, what is the disadvantages, and so on. Alright, so for example, if you find the weapon, the disadvantage of it is crit chance. It has solo crit and solo crit multipliers. Don't try to push the weapon to crit. Go status with it. Go damage and status chance. Okay? Go like full like viral and heat, corrosive and heat, whatever you desire. That's an example. But that's subject to change as you need to test the weapon. Okay, so now let's assume you already figured how to build, right? What you do now, my friend, is very simple. You go to simulator.com, okay, and you start spawning the heavy corrupted gunners and building your weapon and changing mods and so on. The moment you feel and you are a bit confident, the reason I say a bit confident because I'm confident many of times the build is good, but when I take it to steel path, I feel something is wrong and I extract and so on. Alright? So, when you're confident a bit that the weapon is good in simulator.com, you need to take it to steel path to test the weapon. By testing, I mean you need to stay at least 15 minutes. But don't think that's a waste because you're gonna get steel essences which gonna help you unlock the arcane slot, the primary or the secondary arcane slot for the weapon. So it is not a waste. Anyway, you're farming steel essences. Okay? For RIven ciphers in the future, some Kuve if you want, you name it. So there is no waste in steel path. Then you test, you try the different things around, and then you decide what mod to add, what mod to remove, and so on. That is the way I use in building weapons, and if you want you can follow the way or wait for me to release the video. I mean, most of the famous weapons we already built and they are on the channel. So yeah, as you can see guys, the weapon, as I promised you, it have no trouble at all. It's just clearing mobs by the second. Look at this. Look at this. No problem at all. 465,000 baby. 465,000, no RIven, no Helmnith, no boost, nothing. Okay, and not even faction mode. This is not a faction build, guys. Alright, this is not a faction build, remember. Alright, let's go. But if you're going let's say beyond level 1000 and so on, hold on, let me, as you can see, alright, here we go. 3 shots, 4 shots, we took out his armor, here we go. Slash working its way, here we go. 5 shots and the mini stalker is dead. Alright, here we go. By now, I didn't use glaive. When I was soloing this, like, testing the weapon, I didn't use glaive only like 5 or 4 times at certain, let's say, critical moments. Because you don't know what can happen. I got mini stalker and what is name that guy, Vor, same time. But the problem wasn't the weapon, the problem was I needed to kill the mobs around, so I used the glaive. As you can see guys, the weapon, yes, it is killing, it has no problem at all, but as you can see the life support is not handling well. As you know, we're not using any hard AoE frame or nothing guys, just Nidus, and you know Nidus is not where he shines at this point. Okay, alright, let's extract. Enough. If you are a veteran in Warframe, you know that 5 minutes is enough so the weapon speaks to you if it's good build or not. And guys, let me tell you something, I wouldn't release any build that I'm not satisfied with. What I would like for myself, I give to you guys. I don't share things that I'm not sure of. And that's why it take me a minute or two. I mean, not a minute. I mean, it take me a while to build the weapon. So I'm sure when it's out there, you're gonna like it, guys. not all of you maybe, but the majority, I guess, because I'm building a reputation here, guys, and trust is very, very important in the career for this channel, guys. All right. As you can see, some loot here. If you are a beginner and you're wondering some loot from where it's coming, here you go. You have some idea now. Okay, let's go now to show you what was happening and what we used. Okay, the arsenal, my friend. First thing first, like always, the Panzerprofiler. If you don't know how to get the Panzerprofiler, it is the best pet for the end game and steel path. Check in the channel. There is a build, not a build, sorry. There is a how to get the Panzerprofiler. It is hunted in the Deimos. Okay, so the reason we're using this Panzerprofiler is to proc for us viral, to keep us alive, to heal us up, and so on, and more a lot of features. Okay, now we're using Nidus. So I show you the arcane acceleration on critical hit, 30% chance for 90% fire rate to primary weapons, exclude shotguns. Shotguns will not benefit from this for 9 seconds, +1 arcane revive. The +1 arcane revives, I got asked many times about it. The +1 arcane revive is every time you enter a mission, you have, let's say, 3 revives. The arcanes gives you +1. So for example, if you're using 2 like this, you're gonna get 5 revives instead of 3. Simple as that. Okay, the Kuva Nuker and Glaive, I'm just taking them as a backup because I'm doing life support, which means survival. If I'm going any other mission, I wouldn't need them at all, like defense or disruption or whatever. I wouldn't need them. Okay, Naruman, it doesn't matter. So, here we go, guys. The Aeolak. Okay, the Vital Sense. 120% critical damage, galvanized chamber for 80% multi-shot on kill, 30% multi-shot for 20 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. That's 150% out, plus the 80%. Serration, 135% damage, high voltage for electricity and statue chance, malignant force for toxin and statue chance, hunter munition, 30% chance to apply slash on critical, vigilante fervor, 45% fire rate, 2 times for bows. This is not a bow. Critical delay plus 200% critical chance, minus 20% fire rate. So we're fixing the fire rate with vigilante fervor. Okay, so now, and we're using primary mercilise on kill, 30% damage for 4 seconds, stacks up to 12 times. That's 360% damage, 30% reload speed, and plus 100% ammo maximum. Now, your question is going to be this. First question you're gonna have in mind: Hank, why your mod is not maxed? I'm gonna answer that very quickly. I have the mods in many other weapons to prepare them to build them for you. So if I max it right now, it's gonna be removed from the other weapon. That's the first question. The second question you're going to ask, Hank, if I have a Riven, what I change? Depends on the Riven you have. If you have a Riven, critical chance, critical damage, fire rate, you can switch it with Vigilante Fervor. If you have critical chance, critical damage, minus I don't know, zoom or whatever, you can probably change it with vital sense. If you have toxin, you can switch it with force. If you have electricity, you can switch it with voltage. If you have I don't know, guys, a lot of options. Let me know in the comments below and I will try to help you out. Now, the third question you're going to ask is the Exilus slot. What would I put in Exilus slot if you want to form the weapon a bit further? You can put the Vigilante supplies. Alright, you can use a hash if you want. If you want to do a special thing, you can use Twitch to hostile speed. That's stabilizer if you don't like the recoil. This is the ones I would recommend. Alright, that is the build. Alright, I really hope, guys, this video helps you out and change your mind about the Aeolak weapon, as it's the most underrated weapon out of all the weapons that come out in the Angels of the Zariman. People so busy in the evolving weapon, evolving them, playing around, and the Alternox is the one shining the most. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about this build, what you think about this weapon, and if you're gonna give it a try. Let me know. We have a Discord link on the description if you want to join us in Discord. If you want to, if you like the channel, if you like the videos and so on, if it's first time here, I mean, if you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn the bell on so you know every time I release a video. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and stay safe. Peace.